who is currently working as a Dean, Extension Education, OUAT. So right now, I request Dr. B.S. Naik, who is the organizing director of the training program, to present a brief biodata of sir. Sir, please.
Thank you, Parag. I have this opportunity to introduce Professor P.J. Misra, sir. Professor P.J. Misra has graduated from Odisha University of Agriculture and Technology. He has obtained postgraduate and PhD degrees in agronomy discipline from the Institute of Agricultural Sciences, BHU, Varanasi. He has served in Odisha University of Agriculture and Technology in the cadre of junior scientist, senior scientist, and professor in various research projects since the year 1994. For example, Integrated Watershed Development Project, All India Coordinated Research Projects on oilseeds, sugarcane, integrated farming systems, dryland agriculture, agroforestry, and he was also Director Polytechnic OUT and presently working as the Dean in the Directorate of Extension Education OUT Bhubaneswar. He has served as Senior Scientist and Head of KVK Noyagad from the year 2007 to 2009. He has significantly contributed to spread of mushroom farming in commercial scale in the district, promoted integrated farming, development of 5 sugarcane varieties. He has vast experience in rainfed farming, watershed management, agroforestry, integrated farming system, weed management, etc. He is a gold medalist from BHU. He has attended more than 80 national and international seminars, symposiums, etc. He has undergone an international training at ICRAF World Forestry Center, Nairobi, Kenya. Also attended workshop in Norwegian Institute of Bioeconomic Research, NIBIO, Oslo, Norway, and a Rice Research Station, Sera, Italy. He has, to his credit, more than 105 research publications in national and international journals, about 90 research articles published in seminar, symposium, souvenirs, and more than 50 popular articles published in magazines and newspapers. He has 12 book chapters and 5 books. He is also life member of 10 professional societies and also member of several committees of OUT and State Agriculture, Forest and Environment Department of Odisha. Professor Misra has also guided 18 PG students and acted as external examiner for MSc and PhD, viavas and selection of assistant professor and associate professor of our universities, of 4 universities of India. I invite you, sir, to deliver your talk.
Thank you. I'm audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, very good morning to all. Thank you, Vani, for giving a nice introduction about me, and Dr. Porak for organizing this innovative training program for the participants. I think I congratulate you for the efforts, both of you. So I'll come directly to the topic, because while giving my introduction, you must have heard that I have really worked in the research projects related to agroforestry, integrated farming system, dryland agriculture, and watershed development. So I gained a vast experience throughout my journey in this university in the research and extension system, particularly more related to the topic assigned to me today, agroforestry for sustainable integrated farming system. So it is not new, the topic agroforestry. You know what is agroforestry. I'll briefly explain. But agroforestry is nothing but, the agro means agriculture and forestry in the same piece of land. There is, as per the definition, there must be a woody perennial tree and more than 2 components. Like integrated farming system, we call it when there is more than 2 components, we call it integrated farming system. Agroforestry similarly also, when there is more than 2 components, and at least one component is a woody perennial. We call it agroforestry. There are different forms of agroforestry, and how it is beneficial for the farmers, and how it is a way of sustainable farming system, and the successful models being tested in Odisha. I will explain one by one. So I'll start the topic. I hope in 1 hour I can justify the topic, agroforestry and for sustainable integrated farming system. Before that, some problems face the farmers. The agriculture, the common problems faced by the farmers. One is environmental pollution, then soil degradation. You know, the soil is hungry and thirsty these days, and also there is climate change. So many factors are there, and less return from the farmers field, so they are not interested for farming. So if we'll talk about all these problems related to soil, climate, water, and productivity of crops, so many things are there. But the agroforestry is the only way where there is solution to each and every problem of the farmers. We'll discuss one by one. So, there is a paradigm shift in the focus so far as agriculture is concerned. Earlier, we focused to support life by providing food, fodder, and timber. The life was important, and we are searching for the food, we are searching for the fodder, we are searching for the timber. But now, the focus is to save the life first from the environmental pollution, the climate change, shortage of water, and shortage of foods, affordability, availability is also a factor. So the existence of life is in danger now due to pollution, climate change, disease, loss of biodiversity, and so forth, so on. So these aspects we will discuss while going through the presentation of agroforestry. What is agroforestry? This picture is very clear about the concept of agroforestry. What I have told earlier, that it is the agriculture and the forest trees. Any woody perennial, not only forest trees, any fruit trees. There is also misconception there are only forestry, timber tree, and crop is agroforestry, forestry. But no, any fruit tree also, any shrub which is woody perennial, having woods, it can be considered as an agroforestry system. So agriculture and forestry is agroforestry. You see, now the situation is such that we are going deeper into the forestry for cultivation. In the fringe areas, we must have seen in the forest, nearby forest areas, the cultivation of land is going deeper and deeper. We are encroaching into the forest for our food. And also simultaneously in the croplands, particularly where there is no forest, no timber trees, we are planting trees in our backyards, in the farm ponds, pond dikes, in the roadsides, and also in the field bonds. So everywhere we want to put some tree which can be utilized by us for various purposes. So both sides, one side we are entering into the forest, and also forest trees are coming up in the farmlands. So both ways there is a pressure, and there is an estimate by Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO, that in coming 100 days, there will be no clear forest or no croplands. Everywhere you will find coexistence of agricultural crops and the forestries. You see, I was explaining, and it is an integrated approach of using the interactive benefits from combining trees and shrubs with crop and or livestock. This is the main theme of agroforestry. How to get multiple benefit from this combination. We have to test location-specific models. We have to develop location-specific models. Which tree can be better, which crop can be grown inside the alleys or livestock combination. So it combines agriculture and forestry technology to create more diverse production system and also productive, profitable, healthy, and sustainable land use system. I think you don't have any doubt about the sustainable land use system under agroforestry because it is so diverse and so productive. I'll show you the benefits. What are the benefits? Benefits from agriculture and forestry are limited individually, but when we take it together, benefits from agroforestry are infinite. Food, fruits, feed, fodder, fuel, fiber, fertilizer, favorable climate, and whatnot. Previously, we were reading that benefit from agroforestry 5F, 7F. Now I was counting yesterday, it is 8. So it is continuing. The benefits we are counting now. So many benefits from agroforestry. This is the just explanation, improved food and nutrition security. How? We'll see later in presentation. Improved farm income, reduce siltation of the water bodies, reduce land degradation, ecotourism, and air quality, water quality. Biodiversity conservation is also good. I'll show you in some slides. Carbon sequestration, everybody is talking now, how the carbon sequestration is helping for environmental benefits. These are different forms of agroforestry. You see, on the farmland, the roadsides, and the canal embankments, and in the degraded lands, the homestead, in the backyards, common wastelands, and also degraded lands. Everywhere, if you will grow trees with some other component, it is agroforestry. Strategy for biological mitigation of climate change. Mitigation and adaptation. Both are also applicable to agroforestry. How? Adaptation means we are growing trees and crops in extreme climate weather conditions, in drought condition. If the crop fails, then we will get some return from the trees because trees are having more deeper root system. It can thrive well in the drought conditions. And also another benefit is also in the next slides, that how the tree canopy which covers the field, how the temperature regime is maintained lower in comparison to open field condition, so that in the summer months or drought condition, the soil temperature, soil moisture is maintained properly in comparison to open field condition. So carbon pool, again, I was telling how the carbon dioxide concentration can be trapped in the trees and stored in the growing trees. So carbon sequestration, I think you all know, it is a long-term storage of carbon, not short-term. We are growing crops, harvesting, eating, and burning the residues. It is not sequestration. It is just a cycle, carbon cycle. It is coming and going to the atmosphere again. But if you will grow trees, in the tree stems, carbon is stored forever. The growing trees are the carbon pools. And if after cutting also, we are using the wood for making furniture, use of timbers in the home construction. If it is stored, then the carbon in dry wood, the carbon content is almost 50%. If wood is 1 ton, so then 500 kg carbon is there. So how the volume of carbon is stored in the trees. In the growing trees, it is conserved, and also, but in firewood, if you use that firewood, the carbon again go back to the atmosphere. So long-term storage is possible in case of only trees. Even if we cut the trees in the roots, we are not uprooting the roots in the soil, the carbon is stored there also. So substitution of biofuels, we can utilize the growing trees and utilize them for energy use also. In some states, they are using the biomass as a fuel. Benefits of agroforestry system. Again, it is a repetition. Landscape, environmental, climate change mitigation, production, economic, social, animal welfare, and sustainability. You see how diverse the benefit of agroforestry system. Some slide may be repeating, and I may repeat some of the advantages in subsequent slides. But the main theme is there is multiple benefits, and which is sustainable, and it is beneficial for a integrated farming system. Landscape, you know how the soil degradation can be conserved if we plant in the wasteland, in the ravines, in the slopy lands, and also there will be diversification of trees and shrubs, and animals can be maintained. So landscape maintenance and beautification, it can be done through agroforestry. Environmental, what I was telling you, through carbon sequestration and through photosynthesis, the carbon dioxide is being trapped and stored in the soil and again to the root system. So nutrient as well. You see, we call water pumps which derive water from the deeper layers. We use pumps, water pumps, for taking water from the deeper layers of the soil. But there is no mechanism to draw nutrients from the deeper layers. For example, most of the field crops take nutrients from upper 15-20 centimeter only. Cereals still less, 10 to 15 centimeter. But pulses, there is the root development maybe up to 45-50 centimeter. Only sugarcane is the only crop, annual crop, which takes nutrients from deeper layers, even up to 1.5-2 meters. But the rest of the crops only use nutrients from the upper layers. But trees can take nutrients through their root system from the deeper layers. 6 meters, 7 meters deep can be, the nutrient can be absorbed and again taken to the upper surface foliage. Then through litter fall, it come down to the surface of the soil. From one different estimate shows that the leaf litter fall in the agroforestry system or the forest is 1 to 4 tons, depending on the species and depending on the spacing. It may vary, but it will roughly 1 to 4 ton of litter fall per hectare per year. So you estimate how much nutrients is being supplied to the upper surface through this process. So we call it nutrient pump. Particularly the leguminous trees. Acacia is also a leguminous tree, cassia, and many more leguminous trees are there, which gives the leaf litter, which is also very rich in nitrogen. So we have to think in that way. While selecting the tree species for a particular zone, we have to see the soil status, which nutrient is deficient, how to replenish it. So leaf litter, now there you see, it acts as a nutrient after decomposition, also as a soil cover or mulching to the trees and also intercrops. So multiple benefits are there. Encourage biodiversity, birds, worms, insect and plants. Unfortunately, I have recorded one video from our agroforestry research farm during the cultivation by tractor, how the lot of birds are migrating from one place to another for taking the pupa and larva of the insect, and they feed on that. So biodiversity is well maintained. You see the birds also nested in the tree canopy. So not only the flora and fauna, but also microflora, microfauna in the soil, there is also increase due to the agroforestry interventions in comparison to sole cropping. This I have already, wildlife habitat I have already told. You must have seen forestry is a mimic of, agroforestry is a mimic of forestry. So everything which can be seen in the forest also observed in the agroforestry system. Biodiversity already I have told you. You see, one study how the number of spiders, number of birds, number of beetles are more in agroforestry in comparison to grassland. and also woodland. Production and economic benefit, timber. I'll give examples. Animal welfare, carbon sequestration already told. Not only the carbon dioxide, but also pollutions. Different airs, pollutants present in the air also been trapped by the trees and also conserved in the soil. This is agroforestry as a strategy to climate change adaptation. I was telling about adaptation, mitigation is the latter. Adaptation, how it is adaptable. The drought, tree component through their deep root system and the nutrients reach there. So the drought situation, not only the trees survive, but also due to the tree canopy cover and less temperature and more moisture in the soil, the intercrops also thrive for a longer period in comparison to the same intercrops grown in the open field condition. High rainfall also pumping excess water out of the soil profile. So it is being examined in Punjab and Haryana, where due to continuous irrigation, the water level has increased, and there is problem in drainage, particularly in rainy season. When we plant the trees in the field bonds and water channel, bonds of water channel, the through evapotranspiration loss, the water table goes down and crops are grown very fine, well. Temperature, I have already told, due to the cover of canopy, definitely in the winter there will be more temperature, in the summer there will be less temperature under agroforestry system. That's why adaptation capacity of agroforestry is more in comparison to open field condition. Carbon sequestration already told. The direct role is carbon sequestration ranging from 1.5 to 3.5 megagram, means ton, 1 ton, 1.5 to 3.5 ton per hectare per year in agroforestry system. Indirect role, there is also indirect role. Agroforestry has also some indirect role effect on carbon sequestration, since it helps to reduce pressure on natural forest. We supply the timbers from the agroforestry system. You will be astonished to know that now our situation in India is such that more than 50% of timber is supplied from agroforestry, from the croplands, comparison to earlier data when we were more dependent on the forest. Now we are more dependent on the agroforestry, because almost 60% of the timbers now collected from the plantation, means agroforestry. Carbon sequestration potential, everybody was asking now. Everywhere you will see carbon sequestration, carbon sequestration. You see potential by 2040, in coming 15 years. The agroforestry the potential is that we can almost 600 megatons of carbon per year can be stored, because we are more conscious now, we are planting more trees. So in coming 15 years, there is a potential of 600 megatons of carbon per year, where the cropland is only 100 to 150 megatons per year. You see examples in a silvipasture where 111 trees are planted per hectare. In the silvipasture with popular species, the carbon sequestration is 2.8 tons per hectare per year. But in only pasture, it is only 1 ton per year. In the forest plantation, it's 3.8. So it is near to forest plantation so far as carbon sequestration is concerned. There is a great hope from this type of studies that we can reverse the carbon dioxide concentration in the atmosphere through agroforestry interventions. Impact of fertilizer tree-based agroforestry system. There are different trees, Sesbania, Sesbania and also Acacia. So many Acacia nilotica is the most nutritious tree, contain maximum nutrients in the leaves. So you must have seen in Odisha condition field ones in many districts. Acacia nilotica is being planted, or it is a regular practice where the farmers use the twigs for the uh, fodder of the goats and sheep, and also as a green manuring. So it is most nutritious tree so far as agroforestry is concerned. This you see the soul maize and maize plus Espania, how the yield has been increased when it is Sesbania is included in the system. Earlier I have also explained, even in the live tree or also when we cut down the tree or the dead trees, the root, you see the root system, it is conserved in the soil, and the soil, not only the carbon, but the nutrients is stored there. And one more benefit from this decay of roots, when there is a problem in drainage due to hard pan development with continuous puddling in rice field, if you plant the trees, after some years it will cut down, and this root system after decaying will act as a passage of water to the deeper layer. So groundwater recharge can be done in a better way through this root system after decaying. You see, I was telling you how the soil profile is being recharged with nutrients, with the carbons, and also the soil water holding capacity increased because of this root system, well developed root system. So it will be sustainable. The land will be sustainable even if we cut down the trees. The benefit, improved utilization of recycling of sun nutrient, already told how the intercropping trees and crops benefit the system. Already described. Now I'll come to the agroforestry systems which are beneficial. I'll show you some examples. These are the important trees for Odisha. We have tested through our agroforestry research projects, promising species, tree species, Acacia mangium, we call it Australian teak, Eucalyptus, Acacia auriculiformis, Acacia nilotica, Leucaena, Tectona grandis. Now it is costly, so the farmers are preferring the Tectona grandis teak. So fruit-based agroforestry system also, the number one fruit is in Odisha is mango, then jackfruit, jamun, guava, and many fruit trees can be also taken. Agri horticulture system, I'll show detail in the subsequent slides. Teak, guava, and ginger in the same piece. Teak, guava plus soybean and wheat. Teak, guava plus turmeric. These are some examples from different states. You see, agri-silage system, agriculture crops being tested with Acacia mangium. Initial, in every agroforestry system, initial 3 to 4 years, you can take any intracrop, agriculture crop, which are previously grown in this same land. Anything, and without any yield decrease. So up to, you see here, ragi is grown, and the yield decrease, recovery is 75%, so 25% yield decrease in the 4th year. So immediately on 5th year onwards, we have changed the crops to different crops which can withstand the shedding, and mostly the root crops. I'll show you. You see, ragi, sesamum can be grown in the same piece of land where vegetable crops are also, if a farmer is interested, he can take vegetable crops, any medicinal plants, medicinal crops in the same piece of land up to 4 years without any significant yield decrease. You saw medicinal plants, patchouli, kalmeg is also being grown with acacia angium. Next 5th year to 8 years, we tested different root crops, for example, arrowroot, uh, ginger, turmeric, so many other crops also tested, but arrowroot can thrive up to 10 years even. So you see, first slide is acacia angium plus arrowroot crop, and second slide is Melania arborea, Gamhar with arrowroot with 85% yield recovery, even up to 8 years. So we recommend we can take the crops up to 10 years also. Colocasia plus acacia angium, Colocasia plus Melania, different combination we have tried. So we have tested turmeric and ginger also. But in the coastal Odisha, there is a problem due to disease, rot disease. It is not advisable to grow ginger in coastal Odisha. But in uplands, in interior districts, you can take ginger as intercrop because of profitability. Turmeric can be grown. Yield recovery also 85%. Pineapple is the most important crop in our area. Pineapple, which can give additional yield of you can get additional 1 lakh per acre also from agroforestry pineapple-based agroforestry system. For this acacia angium plus pineapple system, we have seen if we will harvest the acacia trees in after 12 years, so at least you will get from the trees 12 lakh. So per year it comes to 1 lakh from trees, and from pineapple we will get 1 lakh. So 2 lakh from if we will take the average 1.5 to 2 lakh per acre a farmer can get from different agroforestry system, particularly pineapple and acacia angium combination is the best. Aloe vera is also one important crop which can be grown in the sheds up to 11-12 years, but the market has to be considered. Without market and assured marketing, the farmer should not grow any medicinal crops or which are having less market value. You see the eucalyptus and turmeric from the farmer's field. Very tall trees, but in the partial shade, the turmeric can be grown up to 12 years. These are some examples how you have seen the pictures. Now the data is in front of you. Melania arborea with Colocasia yield is 92% recovery after 6 to 7 years. Similarly, turmeric 90% yield recovery in comparison to open field. So net return is also quite high. BC ratio is quite high in comparison to your soil crops. Fruit-based agroforestry system, it is the choice of the farmers. Farmers are more interested because of a problem of cutting trees, license from the forest departments, and other problems. Farmers are preferring fruit-based agroforestry system. This is a typical example of a fruit-based agroforestry system. You see, the bigger trees are coconut trees, planted wide apart, and in between the 2 rows of coconut, groundnut is planted, and also papaya is planted, and in between the coconut trees, pineapple is also planted. Here in 0.5 hectare area, you see how the tree and crops are being arranged so that the multiple benefit and profit is also very high. This is a typical example of agroforestry system. We can see in also direct field condition how sissu and mango and pineapple, 3-tier system. In the ground there is pineapple, and also then second layer is mango, third layer is forestry, either sissu or melania or acacia angium. This is very profitable. You will regularly get pineapple and mango, and also after 12 years or 14, 15 years, we can cut down the trees. We will get a maximum. At the time of need, if the farmer want to take the higher study of their children, or marriage of daughter or son, construction of houses, for many major investment, he can plan accordingly and cut down the trees so that he will get maximum return from a particular year. You see mango-based horticulture system. It is also 1 lakh per hectare. Acacia plus mango plus pineapple is tested. This is also very high yield recovery, almost 80% yield recovery in the mango-based silage system. Profit is also high. This is a typical example from Koraput district where the rice and mango can grow. Normally, it is not possible because in this type of rice lands, mango cannot thrive because of high moisture content. This is from Koraput and is highland. So even after rainfall, in 4 to 6 hours, all the waters are being drained. The land became dry. No stagnation of water. That's why it is possible in Koraput. But normal field, it is not advisable to take mango or any fruit trees in the rice fields. Mango plus groundnut, green gram plus mango. It is from Kandhamal districts. Green gram plus mango, mango plus groundnut fruit preserve. It is also from Kalahandi districts. The same piece of land, mango is planted, groundnut is planted, and 2 rows of pigeon trees there as a intercrop. Mango plus brinjal in the Kandhamal districts. Mango plus ginger at Nayagarh. Arrowroot and mango ginger. These are from the farmer's field. We have collected through our survey. This is from our own agricultural research farm at OET, Bhubaneswar. Acacia plus pineapple, where Acacia are planted 8 by 2, row to row 8 meter and tree to tree 2 meter spacing. So you see the benefit ratio is too high. This is one, actually I was explaining you how the performance of crops are different in open field condition and under agroforestry. You see the upper picture and lower picture. This is the same pineapple, same piece of land where it is in the open field condition, there's no tree, and it is, you saw the below picture, it is with the Acacia pineapple trees. In the summer month, the moisture content stays in the open condition. See the data, soil moisture content is in the control condition 2.19 in November onwards. I have not recorded the data is there, but I have not shown here. The agri-silage system, the moisture content is 3.8, and the agri-silage horti 3-tier system 3.94. So 2% moisture is enough for summer months. Similarly, solar radiation and also the chlorophyll content. Chlorophyll content of the intercrops are more inside the agricultural system in comparison to open field condition. Hilly pasture, you see, Acacia plus guava plus tree. 3 meter, 6 meter distance we plant the Acacia trees, and in between 2 Acacia tree, I mean in 3 meter, we plant 1 guava. So alternately 1 Acacia and 1 guava in 3 meter distance, and intercrop is stylo, thin napier, guinea. Several grasses are tested. Among that, among the leguminous fodder, stylo performance is better, and among the cereal fodder, guinea grass and the thin napier are performing better in comparison to other grasses. This is guinea grass. We can take in without irrigation also, we can take 2-3 cuts per year, and the soil conservation is also done. Chili pasture, you see, after the cut, second cut is also possible. Acacia plus guinea, teak plus thin napier, These are tested. Silly pasture with eucalyptus and hybrid napier, mango based horticulture, guava again, different combination we have tested. So, Acacia mendium plus guava plus colocasia here. Acacia mendium, guava plus elephant footium. Acacia mendium plus guava plus guinea grass. Guava based silvipasture system. Coconut is this is very interesting. Coconut based agriculture system recorded from a farmer's field. You see the photographs? Alternate row, they have one strip rice, one strip water they have maintained, in which fish is grown. So in the rainy season, they cultivate the fish, and also summer season when there is, because the depth is low. In the summer month, they grow vegetable in this water area. Coconut based agriculture, it is very prevalent in our coastal districts. Black pepper, cocoa, the Kerala system. This is very common picture in our state. Homestead agriculture. We try to plant as much trees as possible, depending on our need. Many shrubs and trees are planted in a very small piece of land in the backyard, in the nearby field. There is great scope for carbon sequestration from our backyards through our homestead agriculture, because it is rich in diversity and also the population of trees. Cashew nut and acacia in the coastal areas, in saline soils. Some important unexploited traditional agriculture system of Odisha we are now working. One is the jackfruit, is not tested earlier, and your tal trees are there. Bale is also being tested now. This is very important. I was telling about your acacia nilotica trees. You see how beautifully they have managed. They are only planting the spine gourd tubers in the summer season. Once the trees are grown, they just come up in the bonds. They just cut down some twigs of the acacia nilotica tree and put in the bonds, so that they are allowed to grow in the twigs. And after harvesting, they cut down, they remove the twigs, and very good return they are getting from the spine gourds. But again, there is no fertilizer required for this. There is no irrigation required for this. No plant protection. After harvesting, when the plant will dry, they will remove the ticks, and they'll allow to remain as such, the field ones as such. And again, the next year when the rainy season starts, the tubers of this spine gourd will germinate, and the new plant will come up. The cycle will continue. No planting material required, without any single investment. Only they have to cut down the twigs and plant in the bonds. No planting material required, no fertilizer, no irrigation. You know the price, 200 per kg now, spine gourd. So very profitable. Farmers are now, it is grown in 2,000 hectares near in Khanpada block, Bhapur block. Silver oak, coffee, black pepper agriculture system in Koraput district is more prevalent now. You must have heard the Koraput coffee is very popular now. The silver oak, coffee and black pepper combination is very good. Farmers are now growing in much larger areas with the support of government of Odisha. This is again casuarine and acacia in the coastal saline soils. Some farmers are now not interested to grow any crop due to labor shortage. They plant the trees in the field ones and leave the field as such, so that after 5-10 years they can cut down the trees and get some return. Betel vine cultivation, you see, for betel vine cultivation, coconut is required, bamboo is required. Bamboo sticks are required and the coconut leaves are required. So the farmers near to their betel vine plantation grow coconut and also bamboo. These are the Acacia nilotica in rice power system. I call it a very uh, fertilizer tree. You call it fertilizer tree because the fodder, the leaves, and the litter fall all are very rich in nutrients. You see, Acacia nilotica in natural grassland. Mushroom. Earlier, the farmers are growing mushroom in the under the thatched houses or in the near inside their houses in covered floor. But nowadays, the farmers are using the tree plantation in the partial shade. Mushroom is also being grown in mostly in the coastal districts. Lankanad, Bhadrak, Nayagarh, Jagatsinghpur, they are growing under the tree plantation. They are in the open field condition. They are growing mushroom. No need of any thatched house or asbestos house. These are the block plantations in the Tectona Grandis, Casuarina in the coastal areas. So thank you. These are all about the agroforestry system, how it is beneficial, how it is sustainable, and how the farmers can take agroforestry as a component for sustainable integrated farming system. Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much for such a beautiful lecture. Now the session is open for discussion. Any of our participants who want to ask their queries can ask right now.
Should I close my presentation now?
Yes, sir. It is for discussion right now, sir.
Okay.
So any of our participants, please.
Sir, pranam sir, good morning, sir. Sir, myself, Dr. Sanapati from Principal Agro Political Center, Chiplima, Sambalpur. Sir, it's a very nice presentation and also a most useful one for the development of the economic status of the farmers. Sir, my only question is that there is a rumor that for cutting the trees, you have to get that forest clearance. Is it true, sir?
No, earlier there was restriction for some species.
Sir.
The introduced species, for example, acacia, any acacia species, that is exempted from permits.
Sir.
Now, the new agroforestry policy has been taken by the government of Odisha. Very recently, the notification came where there will be a tree passbook. Every farmer will be provided with a tree passbook. Whatever plants, trees he is planting, it will be recorded in his passbook. And at the time of cutting, only he has to show that all the GPS location also. He will have to show the passbook that I have planted these trees in this year. So that only that is enough for giving permission.
Sir, for marketing,
That will be less restriction. That will be less restriction.
Sir, for marketing, there is no issue for the tree.
No, unfortunately, in Odisha there is no wood-based industry.
Sir.
No, so only some handicrafts are being prepared, but no wood-based industry. Plywood industry are in West Bengal and also in Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, but no plywood industry, big plywood industry is in Odisha. That is a constant. But I hope in the coming years it will come out.
Sir, so in our condition, it will be better for a fruit tree based agroforestry system.
Definitely. I have missed some examples of bamboo-based agroforestry system,
Sir.
but bamboo is no longer a timber. So
Sir.
bamboo is now considered, is notified Government of India as a crop. Bamboo is now a crop. So every farmer can grow bamboo in their field, and it is a very profitable system. I have missed the examples, but bamboo-based agroforestry is very profitable. Farmers, without any hesitation, without any permit, can cut down the bamboo species, and because there is huge demand for bamboo.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Any other participants, please?
Good afternoon, sir. I am Aishwarya Das, a fourth year BVSC and AH student. Sir, may I ask a question related to how can farmer integrate agroforestry with dairy and poultry farming?
You must have seen the agroforestry adaptive and I have mitigative measures are there. In dairy farm, I have seen. I have some farmers have consulted me earlier. And sir, due to high temperature, we are facing problem maintaining the cows in the sheds, in asbestos houses. So I advise them to grow trees nearby so that there will be a microclimate will be little less. In the summer month, it will be cooler in comparison to open field. So it is one answer. The trees can be planted for maintaining the microclimate. Also, in the summer month, when there is a acute shortage of fodder, you can cut down the twigs of the fodder trees. Fodder trees can be planted. Fodder crops you can harvest in any time in rainy season or winter season. But after that, in summer, without irrigation, fodder cannot be possible. In that acute shortage time, you can utilize the twigs and the leaves of fodder trees. So that is also possible.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you, Aishwarya. And anybody else?
Sir, namaskar, sir.
Hello. No.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yes,
Sahil,
yes, please.
Salihu Abogude.
Okay. Aliu Abogude is my name. So from Lower Nigeria River Basin Development Authority Institute in learning. Thank you for the wonderful lecture delivered. So my question is this. So you measure some forage